Greetings, brothers and sisters. Probably a little bit shorter video today. I want to do a little voiceover at the end of this video about my eyesight because there seems to be some confusion about it. You know, but anyways, one of my viewers just sent me this. I'm sure more have sent it. I just got this message on Facebook, but I haven't looked at my Instagram messages in a while. But this is one Don J. Lemons. I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. After 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do my work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I have worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Don Lemons, this is his Twitter. This is his pinned tweet. This is his new tweet about being fired. All of these things, right? Let's run all of my memes I have of Don Lemon now, because let's not forget what a douche he is.
There's nothing fake about CNN. A person who writes everything that comes out of my mouth, not everything, but the things that make sense. Susan Lay is great. But I was not demoted. None of that. This is an opportunity. This is a promotion. This is.
Are you guys hammered? Oh my God. Are you guys hammered?
No, boo-hoo. Ooh, cancel culture. Think twice. Yeah, I said it. The hypocrisy is off the charts, and it is sickening.
So going back to this original, this part here, that I would have thought that someone in management would have the decency to tell me directly. I'm putting this out there to CNN. I will, for a nominal fee, fire your news people for you. I mean, not, people behind the scenes or layoffs or people I don't see. The personalities that you have on your network. Anybody who's a big-time star, you can hire me. Won't cost you very much money. And I'll fire those. I would have fired Don Lemon for you, right? I'd be glad to do it. There's no reason why you should have to tell his agent and have him write a tweet like this when I'll be glad to do it for you. And, since this is already passed, I'll give you a little audition of what I would do here. So, Don, we have to let you go here at CNN. I'm on behalf of CNN, I'm firing you. The CNN has contracted me to terminate your time here at CNN. So, just so there's no doubt in your mind why this is happening, first of all, you're unwatchable. Nobody really likes you. You had a horrible show for a while in prime time, and it just got worse and worse over the years. You changed the name 3 times. We had to lie to you, or they had to lie to you. I didn't, This is, I'm doing damage control for them appeasing you all these years until you was a promotion, putting you on a morning show after you had a primetime slot. We had a contract with you, and we didn't want to eat all that money, but you are unwatchable. You don't really have much of a fan base at all, and you're not really very smart. You say things that are stupid. You probably have like a double-digit IQ. You don't have the ability to read the room, understand what's going on around you. You say ironic things that, you're like mocking yourself, and you don't even wear it. You're not even aware of it. Your colleagues don't like you. You're sexist and racist and arrogant. You're kind of a prick, and there's no reason for you to be that way. You've recently had issues, scandals, where you've said things that pissed off your coworkers, women in particular. And you're basically a nightmare to work with. You're a problem. We were trying to figure out a way to get rid of you for the last couple of years, especially when new management came in. And we realized that CNN is turning into more and more of a joke. You think you do a great job, and you think you're knocking it out of the park. You think you get it, but you absolutely suck at your job. On top of not being likable, you suck at your job. And the ratings are poor. We have the worst ratings of any morning show. The ratings got worse with you in it, and you've had one screw up after another. I mean, the mystery here isn't that you're being fired. It's how you got hired in the first place and how you were kept around for the past 17 years. So let's make no doubt about it. You suck at your job. You suck as a person, and you've had this high-paying job for God knows what reason. You were given your own hour show that was in one of our primetime slots, one of CNN's primetime slots, and there's absolutely no reason for it. So the question isn't about your failure. It's about your success. The real issue that you should be wondering about is how you got this job, how you were able to last this long, and how you're only being fired now. And this will bear fruit as you seek other employment, wherever you go from here. You're not going to get any offers from any of the other major networks or anything substantial. You'll probably end up doing something on your own, like on the internet, shows, podcasts and things like this that you used to refer to as fake news. And now that's, the best that you're going to be able to do. And then you'll have to deal with the direct feedback from the people who watch your show just to mock you. And you're not going to be able to support yourself and your lifestyle based on the scant amount of money that you're going to make from now here on out. So, be frugal and make sure you don't divorce your husband, because you probably won't be able to survive on your skills alone. But now you're, free to become a free agent like Chris Cuomo, and you can go unleashed and talk about all the things that CNN wouldn't let you talk about, with a couple of thousand people that tune in to hear you. Most of them there because they want a good laugh. So I don't think there's any gray area here. I think you know what happened, why it happened, and what's going to happen to you in the future. And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. All the best to you. Okay, so Tucker Carlson, my wife just texted me and said Tucker Carlson and Don Lemons are out. Of course, I knew about Don Lemons already, as you can well see. Leaves Fox News in wake of Dominion defamation settlement. And so I guess part of the settlement was they fire Tucker Carlson, who's their number one rated show. He's got by far the highest rated show. Now, Tucker Carlson, he is what he is, right? He works for Fox News, and Fox News sucks. And he has now sort of become a little bit of a truther. I can say in his favor, when he started to become people started to see him as a truther, I made a video in which I said, but I showed you a clip of, it was a clip put out by one of those old-time kind of truthers, and it was an original clip from that guy Adam and the Man, who asked Tucker Carlson about the big event in 2001, and Tucker Carlson said, "Come on, that just was ridiculous, come on," right? And I posted that, and I don't know if he saw it or somebody else saw it, or, I don't know if it had anything to do with me. But then he came out and said he was wrong about that. Like he was denying conspiracy or inside job for 2001 September big event, right? And he was, mocking the guy for asking him the question. But he came out and said, with everything that he sees, that's certainly on the table. Now, that doesn't make him a truther, but it makes him at least better than some of the other people that are on air, right? So, there's that. Fox News announced it parted ways with right-wing host Tucker Carlson. His last program aired Friday. The host is leaving Fox News after the network reached a settlement with Dominion Voting Systems in its defamation lawsuit. So it's their top-rated show. It's the top-rated show for Fox. And so there's that. And so maybe part of the settlement, I don't know if the article isn't saying that, but it seems like part of the settlement was to get rid of Tucker Carlson. And so Fox News just got less truthery, right? I mean, they were sort of hinting at becoming truthers, but now, and aside from the lawsuit and all these things, and Fox News, calling the election for Biden, Fox News called the election for Biden before anybody else. And they bailed on Trump, which is what it is because Trump sucks. I mean, it's all part of the show, right? But so that all happened. And then, you know, you can see here this last part. They posted it, it was on CNBC reading that article. And they posted an ad for that horrible guy, Kramer. I mean, it's just such a joke. But, some of the points, again, the elections are all rigged. They're all contrived. There's no real democracy. There's no real, you don't have any power and say, especially the customer isn't even right. Boycotting, I don't think would even work at this point because they're so desperate and the system is crumbling around and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. So, nothing about right wing, left wing, any of these things. Even about truther and sheeple, there's just none of it really matters. It's about, preparing for the collapse and surviving the collapse and finding a better way, finding a different system, a better system in the wake of the apocalypse, right? That's all that kind of really matters now. Taking personal responsibility for yourself spiritually, your connection to God, and moving forward, right? But just in terms of the official narrative, again, I don't care about it. Just this is, something just to, remedial truther stuff, right? That Fox News calls the election for Biden. And all these media agencies went up against the New York Post that's also owned by Rupert Murdoch and banned them, then deplatformed them for a short period of time, stopped them from posting, and censored them to do with the Hunter Biden laptop that's now admitted to be his laptop, that it was his laptop. He's even suing people over it, even though, he denied it and they covered it up during the election. And there's no way they could say Joe Biden would win that election if that laptop became public, the information on it and all the rest. And Hunter Biden it was a huge scandal. The biggest October surprise there ever would have been had the media actually covered that. And none of those companies are being sued. And Fox owned, New York Post owned by Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox, who just paid out this huge settlement. He's not suing any of the social media platforms and everybody that basically lied about the story and defamed the New York Post. But they're going to pay out almost $1 billion to Dominion, which, everyone knows that there was an HBO documentary in which, called the Kill Chain, which the Democrats talked about how easy it is to hack these voting systems or rig them. And all of a sudden, Fox is paying out this money, but nothing's being said about Hunter Biden. And Fox is the one that called the election for Biden in the first place. And somehow they're all whatever. And they're dumping Tucker Carlson, who was as close to a truther as Fox could get. And, all that stuff, right? I mean, Tucker Carlson could go on, have his own online, whatever. I mean, he could probably make similar amount of money online, whatever he chooses to do. He's got a big following and audience. Fox is effed. I mean, their ratings are just there because there's right-wing people. Fox has always done better than CNN and MSNBC. They're an older audience, but, I mean, they just suck so bad right now. I mean, he might go on one of their competitors, one of these more, right-wing sort of Newsmax or whatever it is, right? But it's just an S show, and Don Lemons, right? I mean, Don Lemons and Tucker Carlson both out on the same day. There must be something to that. All right, so I might make another video today. I might as well get this out as quick as possible because it's funny. And, I've been doing all kinds of other stuff today to do with my, gratefulness meditation and things to do with this upcoming spiritual gathering. So, I've already, it's 2:00 and I'm just getting around to making this video. So let me put this up and, I don't know if I'll make another video today or whatever. But, big news. Lemons and Carlson and Lemons fired on the same day. It's the apocalypse, fellas. It's okay. Don't take it personally. You'll be all right. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.